Enchantress, this Enigma. So I think last game, Quinn couldn't rotate because if you look at the safe lane, it's tri lane, so supports a low level. It's just like one Witch Doctor casting set him up, and you have a Beastmaster against a Tidehunter. I think this game they have this Enchantress, so they feel pretty comfortable picking the Tiny early, because you can like go to any lane with the Enchantress creep and slow and kill that lane. So I think that's pretty much what we'll want to watch for in this early game. It's Quinn's rotations.
That always feels like when Quincy are at their best, when Quinn can be like hyperactive. Like he feels like one of those mids that wants to roam more than anyone else in the NADPC.
Oh, I like this from YawaR. Oh, top lane, it's getting a bit low, but YawaR actually took Acid Spray level 1 just because he knows that he's not going to get that many bounce runes. Alchemist is actually a really strong level 1 hero if you take Acid Spray.
Who was it, gods, that we saw the other day? It was Arteezy that took Acid Spray, but then I don't remember if they were playing against, but he solo killed the offlaner.
Yeah, I know the game you mean. Yeah, it was. He did it last game too. I think most Alcs are learning that this Acid level 1 is just the better way to win your lane. And
yeah, I mean the bounty rune multiplier is only 1.5 at level 1 now too. I think it used to be like 2.5 or something as well.
And it says chuck and arrows, hitting some range creeps down bottom as Lelis pulls the wave back, so...
Free courier? Sentry on it?
Okay. Well, no pull camps for fly down bottom.
Yeah, that's really good by MSS, because now he clicked on that courier, he knows they have no sentry. Lelis is going to have a free ball lane. It's never going to come back because they have no pulls, right? So they have to like try to go for some all-in kill on the Enigma, otherwise Enigma's going to be very stable here. Mojo will just get level 2, he'll go to Storm's jungle, arrow all the hard creeps, and then they have kill throw mid. It's looking like a nice setup for them right now.
Obviously, so frustrating playing against this Enigma as the Juggernaut, who's just going to sort of be constantly less farm than you would want to be. Mid lane, we haven't really talked about it a whole heck of a lot, but you can see relatively even. Slight lead in denies from Quinn, slight lead in CS right now from Abed, as well as the next wave comes in, able to push Quinn back into that creep wave and get some extra damage onto him. But always kind of annoying when you have 0 armor against a ranged hero.
Yeah, especially Storm, because this hero just has such high base armor, he just sits in the creep wave and right clicks you.
Does have his bottle coming out now already on Quinn, and I think same for Abed. So both mid laners with the early bottle. And we'll see if either of them is going to get any of that 4-minute rune RNG.
Absolutely. Likely we'll see some rotations over towards mid. We saw up top that LOA was trying to get a little bit aggro again onto crit, but wasn't quite able to get into range for that stun, and now he's actually going to be body blocking that camp again as well. So both camps blocked out for both of the lanes, both top and bottom, and you can see that leading the way so far in terms of CS is going to be that Alchemist, so you are off to a good start, and things relatively even. It does feel like the offlane iceiceice is maybe getting a little bit more out of this than Lelis. I guess some of that's also going to be MSS arrowing a couple of creeps along the way.
They're going to chase down the Eidolons bottom. Yeah, he just summoned these Eidolons, and they're going to instantly kill them.
Malphus, they should have Arteezy here.
Looking for it. Arrow.
Oh, nice arrow.
Prediction.
Oh, Mojo. So sexy.
It was ours all along.
That was really nice.
Because he actually predicted Arteezy would try to pre-juke the arrow there, right? Like Arteezy ran up before the Malphus stick, and Mojo's ready for it. Just beautiful play. He's going to check bot rune now.
Look at Quincy top as well.
Playing off Quinn as they should. This is like where the strongest. I think one of you mentioned it earlier, but this is when they look good. When Quinn has this rune control, he can make his rotations, and this lineup is a lot better at setting up for these rotations as well, which is nice.
Pressure top. The Carapace on the Acid is going to lead to Impel. YawaR going to be forced to TP out. Recognizing that's the downside of securing those runes, is that you expose your side lanes a little bit, so EG kind of make the correct response.
That was really good by them. I mean, I don't know how this happened. I think Arteezy, like, you talk about as a player, the thing that guy is best at is, I think he's top 2 laner in the world as carry. And for some reason, like, this lane is down here when they had Enigma at full lane control and no pose. He's just playing this equilibrium really well. Very impressive.
Yeah, even with the death, his lane's going just fine.
A lot of those Eidolons able to get picked off along the way as well, as they're thinking about a little bit of a chase here onto MSS. Arteezy chases down the courier, in fact, gets the bounty, and it's like they're only going to get one of them, as Crit dies up top. Alchemist able to close that one out.
Quinn's behind the tier 1 mid. He's looking for Abed. Just hit 6 though. Just in time.
Man, yeah, that would have been huge if they could have found that and realizes, hey, that bounty run's already been taken. Gonna go out and farm away a little bit of the Storm's jungle. Not able to connect on that kill, but still having a much better lane than we saw last game from Quinn.
Yeah, they just swag in mid. I think I would want to rotate. I'm not too sure what SVG's thinking right now, but I would want to rotate mid with the swag and pressure it. Not too sure if it's possible right now though. Jump in mid.
Going Quinn, yeah. Crit holding the Impale didn't actually end up going for it, and it looks like they recognize that Quinn's a little bit too tanky here. He's got the plus 10 armor now.
Radiant's middle tower
Very,
is
very
under
nice
attack.
indeed. And they're setting up again. Not as good of rune control. Dodges the stun. Rune is bottom anyways. And MSS throws out the arrow, takes the regen.
Dire's middle
But
tower
Quinn solo
is
kills
under
Crit
attack.
casually, you know, just
like a
tiny
top
things.
lane.
Yeah, they're just making aggressive plays all over the map. iceiceice is
have-
juking through the trees.
They had all the
Radiant's top
wagon
tower
options
is under
there,
attack.
both mid and top, and even bottom. Like they're able to, like bottom lane has no pressure because there's an Enigma, and top lane they have the wagon, so they get to like think about going for these plays.
Yeah. iceiceice will push him back with some aggression of his own on the edge. Gets the wagon. So at least no real pressure onto their tier 1 towers for now.
Quinn's
That's-
couriers. Oh,
Radiant's
sorry. Go
middle
ahead.
tower is
Well, I was
under
just saying that
attack.
they're making this move down here again. You can see Jug and Grimstroke apparently 14 times. Not a great win rate. As Quinn gonna be pushed back again there. So yeah, no real chance for a go.
This DP is level 6.5, and Alchemist isn't level 5 yet. He's doing really well for himself top.
It's funny you mention how good Arteezy is at laning, because I feel like that's similar with iceiceice, where his laning skill is up there with the best of them as far as
Sure.
offlaners go.
Whenever someone talks about like who's the most annoying offlaner, they always say iceiceice.
Yeah. So iceiceice TP's mid, refills the bottle. Are they going to make an aggressive play on Quinn here? It looks like that's the call. They're committing exorcism and everything.
Yeah, dropping it all, and the pullback in with the exorcism going. Quinn trying to make his escape, not gonna happen. Had a fairy fire, but it wasn't gonna matter. And yeah, this rotation is pretty freaking good for EG. MSS is even gonna be forced back by Abed right now, and this is gonna be a ton of damage.
So cool. He pops the urn and then a salve and a tango. iceiceice is just using all of his regen to get this tier 1 mid tower as low as possible.
Arrow,
Needs to be careful not to die.
Oh, Arteezy's top, killing the Enchantress during this.
big plays. They get the deny on the tower, but that's a mid tier 1 tower taken at 8 minutes, and as you said, rotating Arteezy out of
And
bottom.
the next rune.
Really good stuff.
I think he even bought that salve before TPing to the mid lane, so he had that extra regen for that exact play. Just really cool from iceiceice.
That was so smart. Like, iceiceice is...
Huh?
Ooh.
Quinn just finds a Arteezy without a spin. That was not what he thought was gonna happen. Okay.
So, iceiceice, he had a good lane top. He's laning versus Alchemist, and instead of just like sort of AFKing in that lane when Alchemist goes to jungle, he goes and pressures another lane. It's a very nice play. Like it shows the teamwork of EG. And then meanwhile, like Arteezy's against Enigma, who hits level 6, who wants to pressure him. He just TV's top and kills the Enchantress. Unfortunately, like EG made these really good plays, and then also Arteezy sort of just fed there. Like that was a unfortunate death, you know.
Yeah.
But that was a really good sequence of teamwork by them.
They pressured all the way out in the mid as well, able to force Mirana and all of the rest of them back. iceiceice still hanging out here, as they do have that Necro Book level 1, also Black Hole available. Plow has the mana for it as well, but there's a lot of heroes rotating bottom to try and put the hurt here onto Evil Geniuses. And the Ghost actually gonna get the slowdown onto Fly. They're not gonna finish the rotation. Instead, Quinn and MSS heading back towards mid. They want to try and find this kill here onto Abed.
EG just ditching bottom lane though. They TP both heroes out, so they're making aggressive plays on their own on YawaR's out. Doesn't look like they have the damage though.
Looking for it. Oh, Quinn in the area. Avalanche. Oh, good interrupt there. That would have been the kill for Abed to get him anyway. What a play. Quincy crew. Take down both of them.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I'm looking for more. iceiceice in trouble. Gonna pop Exorcism, Avalanche toss, jump in from MSS. Almost enough, but no! He got the Spirit Siphon off. Can they kill him off in time? The Impetus shot saves their lives. And now Arteezy in deep as well. He has his spin still. He's gonna be forced to use it. Picks up the bounty rune on his way on out of there. Close, close, close.
Nice presence of mind from Arteezy there. He stayed to get the bounty rune, and he still had just enough on spin to get out there.
So much
Man,
more.
that was a really good sequence of events there. Like,
Oh,
EG recognized that Quincy crew have this bottom tower. They have Necrobuck on Enigma, they have Black Hole, they have a lot of resources. Oh, MSS dies. And they just TP the DP top. But Quincy crew, they make this really sick play in their jungle to kill 2 heroes, and they realize that they can defend top tower. So it's like very heads up, you know? They have game plans, but they're constantly changing them on the fly.
trying to jump away, but Abed a little bit low on mana. Like Quinn wants to overextend for that one. He's getting towards that blink dagger, has phase boots done, and it's kind of interesting because it feels like Alk's been a little bit more involved, and it's kind of Leslau that's just sort of been the one on the other side of the map farming. Bit of a change from what we saw last game when the EG did this.
I think one problem right now is that Arteezy's farm is it's not where you usually expect for him. He usually wins his lane, so he's always really far in mid lane.
I got him. Arrow would have been good, but the creeps came through. Doesn't matter. Got more than enough to lock him down. So they get the kill with the Eidolons, and Catapult dies for their trouble as top lane they're pressuring.
Yeah,
SVG
unfortunately
just
Catapult dies, but they should still be able to get this tower.
Oh, nice play by SVG top. He drags the creeps off the tower so that the tower focuses away. He's just being so annoying top. He's getting so much. Quincy, this is like their type of game, like this type of tempo. Like they have these slow heroes, but they're playing fast with them. They're making plays with Enigma. He's taken 2 towers by 11 minutes. Like this is a hero that traditionally is seen as very greedy, but it doesn't look like that this game.
Sort of rage of necro books that we've been seeing more and more often is continuing here as Leslau is queuing up the necro book 3, not even bothering to go back for any of those other more traditional items. I think it's sort of a trend that we've been seeing more and more often.
It's really strong, and I think it's especially strong with invis heroes. Like obviously it's also good against invis heroes, but you don't have that many sentries now. So if they have a necro 3 and they clear all your sentries and you just have this Mirana, it's really cancerous to play against.
Abed, have a stomp on him. Chase down Avalanche, toss, no! Catch the arrow, MSS! The job they needed him to, and they get the ward to boot. Why not?
Man, YawaR just has... Look at his game. He just gets to... The tower bottom's gone, the tower's mid gone, all of the bottom side is hits. Ancients, 3 camps bottom, maybe even 4 in the lane. He's gonna be so fat this game. Meanwhile, Arteezy is in Struggleville. He's just, I need this tower to die. That's his idea right now.
They're bringing everybody. Trying to defend this.
It's like, can you kill this tower? Because they can actually burst something.
On to 2. They catch Fly. Fly's dead, but they find another. Need to be careful. Leslau moving in. And the jump away. MSS, he actually living there. Toss back. They've got Black Hole available if they need it. Drops it down onto both. Ooh, but canceled. Abed gets in there to play a little bit of mischief. Throwing out the damage, but I think that with Abed showing up, that's enough. Looking for the follow-up.
back
They
out.
blink.
He wants iceiceice.
And Abed have a toss kill. Nice.
I don't think iceiceice needs to, perhaps he's going to turn around because he's iceiceice, but he's in trouble.
There's that tiny spells of fire. He's dead. Oh my goodness.
Well,
Wait a second.
Quinn's first combo.
Ice, moving in.
Oh no,
Toss. He did. Oh, tossed the wrong one.
Okay, Exorcism wears off at least.
Arrow. A little sidestep there. Now they need to get out. How did that work for Ice?
He's just a god. Like, I don't know what to say. Sometimes you right-click them and they die. Okay, this tower should be EG's now. That was a really good end sequence of events there. I mean, the initial fight was good for Quincy, but they're gonna get this tower, which is, you know, you lose a bit of resources to get it, but sometimes you just have to throw bodies in order to open up the map.
The worry is they were kind of in a 5v4. The Alk continues to free farm the other side of the map, farming Ancients, farming jungle, farming bottom lane. He is getting out of control.
Is YawaR going for the quick BKB? I personally really like that, but that's because I play a lot of 5, so I want my cores to build like BKB first item and ruin their games for me. But once he has BKB, he can really run in for his team. Oh.
Yeah, he was just out in the jungle.
Wait,
and
where
they
is
punish
he?
him pretty hard.
I double-clicked his dead hero, and
Yeah, he's in the middle of dire jungle.
this is not your base.
I watched it happen and I was kind of scratching my head a little bit, but You know, this time he right-clicked them and they did not die without the exorcism.
Yeah, honestly, like iceiceice, he'll make these plays that will make you question it, but it's part of his genius, you know? Like sometimes those plays come along with it. You have to take some risks.
Not the one that, you know, has to stay alive over and over again either. But I mean, you know, if he dies a bunch of times and then Abed's able to make like some sick plays later on, that's perfectly fine.
They have Orchid on Storm, but they don't have Grimstroke ulti. Honestly, Grimstroke ulti level 1 is sort of hard to cast before you jump on Storm anyways. He has Orchid though, so they're looking to use this timing. They're not 7k gold, they know they need to make something happen.
Could mean the world for him if they're able to get it.
Thing is, I don't know who he's supposed to try to kill. Like, look at Quincy's positioning. They're all making a shield, like some sort of wall for their Alchemist. No one can touch this guy. And if you jump the Mirana or Enchantress, like I guarantee you'll lose that fight. That's just a free pick off. They smoke in the enemy triangle, just farming.
This opens up a possibility for Quincy crew to take this tier 1 tower. EG looking to take a move on the other side of the map.
It's hard though for EG right now. Like, you can make this move to bottom, but your tower push, luckily they have this wagon, but they can't commit Exo for a tower right now. If they commit Exo, there's 3 minutes of Alchemist free farming. Like, he will hit his timing for sure. So they have to like very casually hit this tower. I'm surprised Quincy crew aren't defending, but I think they have some idea of like what timing they want to fight with Alchemist going BKB, right?
They can't reveal their positioning, but they spotted Abed and they have the net. Abed. Oh, he's underneath his own ward now, though, and that's going to be enough. He should be able to play his way out of this if they die for him.
Double damage.
And he's going on a walk.
Pulling him along.
The fun begins.
Creep. Still chasing him. They find him.
Okay.
Save down.
Arrows?
Thinking about it.
The creep
From
expired.
downtown. No, won't be there. They didn't keep their tower alive.
Yeah, I mean, Quincy crew are really good at this map management stuff. I think they decided that this tower just doesn't do anything for them on the map. I think that's the correct decision. Like, how you can lose this game is you fight 1,000 gold before your beacon out. Like, if I call that fight, and I lose that fight, after the game, I literally have to say, like, sorry guys, I lost us the game, you know?
Right.
Quinn is still hunting. They're making an aggressive move without the Alch, but Abed just trying to cut some waves down bottom. Seems like EG themselves are just saying, let's try and farm out Arteezy right now.
Ooh, iceiceice, he's going for this fast solo quest. It's like, see, this is what teams are trying to do versus Elk, I think. They're trying to like buff up a hero who has steroids. Like Juggernaut and Medusa, they accelerate their net worth or use the net worth put on them really well. And you can actually out-carry an Alchemist. But at the start of the games like this, when your Alchemist is double your net worth, like it's really hard to do that.
He got his BKB. Oh, crit. That's game saving right there. Wow.
They have a timing here. They're gonna go for this fight.
This is deadly. Gotta be super careful about that BKB. Silence onto one. They caught Quinn, but from the low ground. Leslau has ulti if he wants to drop it, but Spike Carapace, it's too dumb. No, he gets it on the screen. Is there enough damage here? Trying to get that stun follow-up. Takes down iceiceice. Looking for crit now. Oh, and they do have him in their sight. Stun comes out, but it's a bit too late. What a black hole from Leslau.
Ooh, he just saw the opening to catch out 3. That was
amazing.
team fight saving. Yeah, iceiceice with that exorcism was just going to wreak havoc if he got a few more spirit siphons out, but they were able to blow him up in the black hole. Absolutely fantastic from him.
Like, everything in that fight was so good. Like even YawaR, like they're black holing, right? There's 3 heroes. The Jug is beside you. I think a lot of players would just stun the Jug and try to kill him, but instead he like uses his stun on DP, like identifying that they're not going to kill his Jug, and DP doesn't do any more damage. I think also Leslau in that fight, like I remember someone told me they're talking to Zai, and he was talking about like what's the most important quality for a Dota player, and he was like, oh, patience.
Right.
And he said it like very like matter-of-factly, you know? He's confident in that because that's how Zai is. But Leslau, he knows that there's a Nyx Carapace, he knows there's all these stuns. He tanked a lot of stuns there. He just waited. He waited for his black hole, and he managed to get a 3-man black hole as soon as Carapace went off. It's a brilliant play. Ward on the Alchemist, they're smoking. This is sort of like a desperation smoke. It's not a bad smoke, it's just like, if this doesn't work, they're gonna feel really bad. Fortunately, YawaR farms very quickly, so.
Oh, he was right under that ward too. They're pissed.
It's like they know this BKB
They know exactly
there.
where he's going now, though. So they might go for it. This is like the same as what happened to Arteezy.
He's a carry player. He knows these movements.
Oh, tries to juke Omni there, and a good stun comes through. That's what they
Might not get out though.
Okay, LOA chase down. Leslau over to the side, ready to go for a Malefice here. Maybe Arteezy gets the TP out. Crit, meanwhile, headed north. So they get out with only the Grimstroke going down. That's pretty huge.
That's really good. Do you guys remember last game where Quincy smoked in a triangle? Arteezy dodged the gank, went too far into hard camp, and then they caught him there?
Yeah.
And then they also lost heroes after camp? It's like the exact same thing. It's so funny.
It's funny, like these carry players just know each other so well and know where they're going to go farm. Like, okay, we were, 3 seconds too late to catch them at the triangle. This is where their next move is.
That move comes just a bit too late there from Quincy crew. They smoked up, headed to the triangle. Abed hit the what am I blanking on? The scan, and then was able to just zip out of there afterwards. So they do retake some map control again. Probably gonna need to wait around their next vendetta, I guess. But
what feels really good about that play is that they did that like without exorcism. Like iceiceice wasn't even a part of the smoke gank, but the fact you get such a big kill to slow the game down while your key ultimate is on cooldown is really impressive.
Avalanche toss with the DD. It's a lot of damage with that arrow. And he had exorcism, but he was also just super dead. Meantime,
Arteezy has no TP.
Well, what?
He's waiting to spin for his TP cooldown. He can't spin until later.
It's dangerous. Leslau in the meantime kills off Fly, and yeah.
I think he might get right
the
click
chase down. Yeah, with the right clicks coming through. Do they have enough? Not quite in time.
Oh, Quinn didn't have a tree.
Did he drop healing ward with that too? I think he did.
He did.
Someone sniped the healing ward
first.
Yeah. Well played.
And they lost 2 heroes, but honestly, that was looking real rough there. That was a very heads up by him. But look top. Might still go on Arteezy here.
Oh wow, yeah.
Ooh,
There
Arteezy.
is a black hole.
Yo, this guy's crazy.
I know, they know exactly what
he's over there. Arteezy, you're wild, man. The chase down.
This might be a good bait. Look at this bait.
Oh, what a bait. What a bait. Now, eyes on Leslau. Tries to blow him up. Stun comes out afterwards. Abed on the back line. Killing him off. Silence is there. Wasn't able to get the black hole off in time. Quinn looking for a big pick afterwards. Can they kill him off in time, though? Avalanche toss dead on Abed. Iceiceice, the last one remaining in the area with 3 already dead. But Arteezy comes back in now. And the Omni Slash is going to be split between the 2 of them. And that is going to keep alive YawaR for the moment. LOA taking that one down. An Avalanche to buy a little bit of extra space as YawaR continues to try and get out of there. The buyback comes from Edge. That might be enough to stop the pressure. Heals coming onto iceiceice as Exorcism wears off. And they're breaking that Blink Dagger as well. So they force out the buyback of the Ench, but get a couple kills for it as well.
That aggressive Solar Crest on the Tiny. Good luck getting any attacks off. But that fight ends up going pretty well for EG in the end. The Arteezy kind of looking like he's out of position, and then he just baits perfectly to set up a great opening for Abed to just go in, catch the Enigma first. Like, if you let Enigma get off a black hole that fight, there's no way you're winning it. So EG recognizing they have to prioritize Leslau a bit more.
Yeah, that's really good by EG and Arteezy. I think that fight also showed how Juggernaut, he's actually traditionally an Alchemist counter. Back in way back, like 2016. Oh man, it's been so long, I'm so old. Like, Jug used to get picked as a counter Alchemist because it doesn't matter his net worth. He can't tank through the fight if you Omni Slash him, but they're going for a smoke Moonlight here.
Crit, he's the one that gets caught, bursted, no spike carapace. Arrow afterwards, going out, not gonna connect on the Fly, but Quinn got his eyes on the prize, looking for a chase down, and eventually they'll be able to finish off that Grimstroke. So, again, anytime Quincy crew feel like they have an opening like this, they're running at him.
I might get them Roche. It looks like, yeah, Alk is already going to go in with the Acid, so big couple of kills. Quincy have had pretty much map control for some time whenever they've managed to group up, so natural progression of the game is they're going to secure this Aegis for Alk, and
they're gonna
with a
have
BKB Enigma.
Yeah, they have no counters to it. Like, their counters are, my Exo has to kill him while he's black holing, or I have to Omni Slash him right before black hole and kill him. Like, those are not very hype to play with. And a DD rune spawning for them too. Okay, I thought he was going for it. He sent his curry in because, the Abed Roshan steal.
Of course. The last game. I guess eventually Arteezy Abyssal Blade could be an answer.
Yeah.
Enigma,
That's far, to be honest.
Right.
It is like their only hope, right? Like, if you have no counters to Enigma, you can only go like Abyssal or Aeon Disc. And I mean, I guess you can go Wind Waker now. I haven't seen that yet because I'm like twice, but that's pretty much all you got.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ow.
I think Quincy are just gonna look to take all the tier 2s and full map control with this Aegis. How they got this Roshan was that they killed heroes before they got it. So usually when you kill Roshan, he's like a 10,000 HP neutral creep, right? So you're farming this big neutral creep and all your lanes push in. But because EG had dead heroes, they have less heroes on the map to push out lanes with. So that means that immediately after this Roshan, you can start taking objectives. Usually you have to wait a little bit.
And they get that one. We're still 5 minutes away from the next round of outposts. But like you said, closing on those tier 2s feels to be the next step.
Blind Shadows pop, kind of just to scout into this Radiant jungle. They're even going to get spotted by a sentry ward, so it doesn't look like it's going to lead to a whole lot.
They showed on bot side and are trying to TP top to set up a play, but this really good ward by Fly here spotting them out. And just TPing the other side and setting up a play there.
Arteezy even pinged the outpost, recognizing that Tiny was TPing there based on like the direction he was facing. Like, they knew every little bit of what Quincy Crew is doing. You can tell they're locked in right now.
This is really good for EG. I mean, the map flipped, but they're basically gonna trade farm for a little bit. And Quincy Crew have the Aegis, so they're able to control 2 lanes instead of just this one. But at least EG are gonna pressure something.
Well, can Quincy go high ground is perhaps the question, because they're going to have a big show of force mid with a BKB Talc who's got AC Aegis, a BKB Enigma who can just sit behind. Yeah, I think they do go.
At the very least, you can like force Arteezy back to base. I'm not too sure if he still hit this when everyone's there, but this is good by Quincy.
Abed had to use all of his mana pool to get back to the base, so he's going to need to head to Fountain to regen before they can really go up again. It looks like Quincy, seeing that show of force show back up by EG, are going to back out.
Now that you've taken out the Siege Creep, Storm can just cut the waves. I don't even know if Arteezy needs to come back. You can just cut waves with Storm to stop this high ground push happening. We'll see what Quincy do to try and stop that from happening. And
is really good by Arteezy. He's like, he knows exactly that he doesn't have to come back. He can get out the small bit of net worth out so he can try to carry this game.
they are going to TP YawaR.
That's an illusion.
They know that's an illusion though.
And the
EG are playing into his Aegis really well.
Yeah. Quincy even smoked towards that bottom lane, hoping to see what they could find, but gonna be able to stall out. Only about 2 minutes left on the Aegis, so still plenty of time for Quincy Crew to make a move or go for another high ground push.
I mean, this is nice too, though. They're gonna get this last tier 2 tower and still maintain control over the outpost likely when we get to that 30-minute mark. But that is also, I mean, we're getting close to Aegis expiring territory when that happens. We're a minute and a half left on it right now. Quincy Crew.
And Mirana was 3 seconds cooldown an arrow, and they would have got Abed mid. He has to use into arrow to follow up on the tiny combo. Okay, so they've secured every tier 2. They're trying to get master. EG have done a really good job, like, not giving it to them.
Abed's out of mana. He's just got no mana.
Did you see him?
No, he juked him just barely.
Damn, that's crazy.
Like, look at these plays from EG. They're just pushing the limit, trying to make sure that Quincy can't use his Aegis to go high ground. Like, I think if you looked at the game when they got this Aegis, I would say they're gonna get all the tier 2s and have like 2 minutes to high ground, which is more than enough. But EG have really done a good job stalling that out. Doesn't look like they're gonna be able to get high ground. What the hell?
Arteezy courier
Midnight
tries to get out of there. Oh, no!
You can't blame, honestly, I don't blame him at all for that, because he doesn't have time to click him to see how long the TP's channeling for. He's just hoping that he gets the kill there.
Oh, that was a good try. That was unfortunate. But that's EG's window right there, right? Like, all these split push things, you can't split push to win the game of Dota. You can split push in order to create an opportunity where the enemy team like uses a cooldown or a TP scroll, and then you get a fight out of it. That was their opportunity right there, created by Arteezy.
Wow. Couple of seconds difference, and that's, you know, just devastating, but it's devastating the other way now. And I don't know if
now there's no black hole. No black hole and no Aegis in 5 seconds time. So big opening for EG, who have a smoke on fly. They're already grouping. They are making their move. Quincy Crew at the same time have to expect this a little bit.
Yeah. Heads up play. They are heading back where there is an observer ward for evil geniuses, but it doesn't look like they're quite going to connect. MSS might be the one that breaks this smoke if EG do go high ground. Still 100 seconds left on Black Hole. I mean, without Black Hole, can you still fight this if you're Quincy?
I think so. I think you can still fight, but it's not like as guaranteed anymore. There's gonna be a fight over this Batron, and there's vision from both teams here actually.
Gary, crit, looking for the big jump, stun on it too. the Midnight Pulse down, and, well, YawaR just jumps on, wants to find the chase down, kills off Abed. What a fight right there. Now,
Quinn is a regen room.
bouncing before a couple of them. I don't know if this is going to be good enough, though. Arteezy, Sibum back out. Have the exorcism already going, but the avalanche toss coming from Quinn takes him down to about a quarter HP, and YawaR comes in for the finish as they take down 2 cores from Evil Geniuses. Was not enough.
I'm worth so much
There were
more.
300 damage off bursting a 3k HP Tiny, and that would have been the fight right there. That was so close. That was a crazy fight, actually. You don't see that often. Like, both teams just have a ward on each other on the same spot. EG know they have a ward, but they know that they can use it. Like, Quincy are going to use the ward to make EG run into them, so they can still jump them on that ward. Like, they're going to try to prepare. It was a really nice try by EG, just slightly short.
Dire are scanning.
Did you guys see who killed Abed there? I think so. Did he like stun him, or like how did he?
It might have been the arrow that, like the Yule's arrow.
Yeah. I think it was Yule's arrow, and then they had the stun come in at the end from the Alch.
I see.
To finish it off.
Because if he gets off like one more zip there, I think they win that fight. He still had 900 mana when he died. I mean, obviously, it's not his fault. You're like committing into his team fight, trying your best here. But that was clutch by whoever did that on Quincy.
Zap!
He had a moment there. Oh, YawaR found him over on the side. Do they have enough to bring him down?
okay,
He's completely out of mana. They're thinking about going in here. MSS throws out the arrow, not going to be on the mark. That moment, oh, that could have turned so deadly. I thought that Leslau could catch up with the Blink Dagger. It wasn't enough.
Now they've got the answer for the Blade Fury split pushing Jug that keeps causing problems with the Abyssal Blade.
Abed, he's just trying his best to make space. That was really close there. I think it's hard to make yourself BKB in those situations too, so I don't really fault YawaR in any way for that. But if you're gonna kill their mid next to their base, you probably just click that.
Right.
That was a good catch by YawaR though, in the first place. I mean, Alch is a really tanky hero, huh? He has like 3 heroes, a tier 3 hitting him. He barely dropped to 2/3.
Got AC. He's got a, Vanguard built into that Abyssal. Why not?
So the
Roshan.
next objective is, as you just said, the Roshan. They're trying to farm Quinn's BKB before, but I don't think he'll make it in time. I don't actually know how the Roshan timer works. It's at the bottom
You
left.
hover, yeah,
Nice.
bottom left, 130.
Oh, it's so nice spectating Dota. You don't have to like, time this stuff. Yeah, so they're trying to get their BKB out on Tiny before this fight. DP has hers, which means she's forced to be reckoned with in this next fight. They have buybacks on both carries and Grimstroke and Mirana, so they're gonna look to use those to just like whoever wins this Roshan fight. Well, I mean Quincy could get it. I think the game ends if EG get it. They get some like space to scale on the map. So a nice setup by Quincy crew here. They have this ward, the sentry though.
They have the Abyssal Blade.
TZ.
TP out just in time. Ooh.
My man
YawaR
didn't
knew where
spin.
he was going.
He didn't spin.
Yeah, that may have saved his life if he might have revealed himself.
Looking for me?
Wow. Okay. So Abed gets out again, and they're just pulling him back and forth across the map. Again, since it's 30 seconds until Roche is back up, it does mean that we've still got some time here where this isn't the biggest deal in the world, but this vision around the pit is going to be so important. And Quincy crew do have this deep ward back by the high ground that has not been scouted out by Evil Geniuses yet.
That's an interesting ward. They like put out a low ground just so it's even less chance of getting dewarded. I like that.
I was curious if it was a misclick or not, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, I feel like it's not, but you never know. Okay, EG scouted that Roshan before the courier died. I think.
Second career they've lost just scouting Roche, but they have to know if and when Roche is up and when it's
Smoke
been
from all
gone for.
teams.
Now, are Quincy going to go into the Roche pit, or are they just going to play around the high ground? It looks like they want to play on the high ground. Both teams make their way up.
Gotta be careful about that one. Smoke breaks onto crit. Got eyes on him, but vision right now. LOA is scouted. Avalanche toss. They blow up the Nyx assassin. Arteezy gonna be revealed as well. Leslau, he's got blink. BKB. YawaR goes in. Abyssal Blade is out. Stun follow-up is all the way there. Arrow is gonna connect afterwards. Drop everything on his head. No chance at getting out of there at all. They take down the Jug. Now eyes on iceiceice. He's doing a lot of damage with this exorcism. Queuing up the stun afterwards, tries to get out of there, blink forward, doesn't manage to connect on iceiceice. He's just gonna BKB and TP out of there. So they take down 3 and Roche's open.
That fight there may have just been the one to cinch the game. And Quincy just have too many ways to win fights. Like, that black hole isn't anything flashy, but it's just like they just have to kill Arteezy, and Leslar knows it. He's just like, I'm just gonna BKB black hole this Jug, even then he's on 10% health to make sure he doesn't get off an Omni Slash. And the Alch is just uncountered at this point with this Abyssal Blade.
It looks so hard for EG to fight. Like, oh, he's not even gonna take Aegis in YawaR. He doesn't have it. Abed?
Oh, he didn't get
no.
Abed? No! I love this part. Oh, he knew it was too big.
And you can respect that though, right? Like, you gotta go for those.
True. Oh.
It's very much do or die time for EG, so... Well, time to see if they can defend their high ground now. Storm dead for 50 seconds, so no way to cut these waves, and...
Dead wagons.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still hanging on for the moment. It was Quinn actually that picked up
Quinn
the
has
Aegis. I think that they were just worried about, you know, the jump in from Storm there. As an avalanche toss, he's going to take that Aegis and run into their base.
Yeah, I guess when you have Aegis, you can do that, huh? You just go into their tier 4s and kill someone.
Middle tower has fallen.
Now, continuing to streak forward. They have buybacks on Evil Geniuses, but you really can't afford to spend them here. It does not feel like they're going to be giving up anytime soon, though.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Or maybe it will. We'll have to see.
I mean, they'll definitely go for a fight here. They have X on 20 though. They don't even have their spells yet.
Radiant's top barracks are under
I think they're gonna fight for the megas. You can't fight this tier second rack. Oh, that's already dead. So the black hole back up. He has refresher soon on Enigma though. It's looking rough to take this fight.
Oh, he's thinking about it. Leslau's thinking about it. Arteezy's there.
Is he going for the black hole mid?
Al jumps in, drops it down. Why not? Completely dismantling. No buyback on the Jug. Quincy crew knew what they needed, and they took it right there. He bought that Scotty. I don't think he's done any damage. Exorcism comes out. It's a big hole afterwards. Connected onto all of them. Actually takes down both. There's no Alch now for 90 seconds. Has buyback. But they're also going to have an opening here onto Tiny. Leslau wants to move back in. Doesn't have their refresher yet, so no black hole. But Quinn, a bit too big as he comes back for a second life and takes down iceiceice. I think they've got enough here as another jump coming from downtown Abed, looking for an opening. They pull back Quinn yet again. Drop down to about a quarter HP, no cheese on that Tiny as he eventually drops down with YawaR, comes back in, and now looking for the chase down onto iceiceice. He is an absolute madman. He runs in, hits the tier 4 towers. GG is called. We're going to a game 3.
Oh, that's exciting. Both these teams, you know, you can see kind of how evenly matched they are. Just small little things leading to Quincy having a pretty big advantage this game. But man, is this living up to the hype as far as this EG Quincy matchup goes?
That was a really good try.